Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be going into the Amazon Tools Black Friday deals. So if you guys follow the channel, you guys know that I usually go over 4 or 5 tools for my Amazon tool deal videos for the week. We're going to be trying to go over many more items than that, so we're not going to go into as much detail on the items, but all of these items will be linked down in the description for you guys. Another thing to keep in mind is that it's Black Friday. These deals are constantly changing and rotating, and there's only a certain amount, so you may or may not be able to get them. And honestly, a lot of the great Black Friday deals are typically pretty hard to find. You'll get some decent deals, but a lot of these deals are just deals that you're going to find throughout the rest of the year anyways. So I tried to find you some good ones. And if you're looking for like name brand stuff, especially like name brand cordless tools, Amazon's not really the place to look. You want to check out Home Depot, Lowe's, things like that. So we're going to be going over multiple items. So let's go ahead and get into it. Don't mind the background noise. We got construction going on. We're renovating downstairs. So just if you hear anything, that's what it is. First up on the list is going to be the Bowl Tools 6-piece flex head extra long ratcheting wrenches. This one is going to be more of your DIY weekend warrior type stuff if you're looking for a more affordable ratcheting version of this style of long box end wrench. So this is a 72 tooth design. It goes from 8 to 19 millimeter. It is at $61.59, down from a typical price of $76.99, which that's what you want to see a discount on. A discount off of the typical price is normally the better deals than a discount off the list price, because usually list price are a ridiculous price that that item never really actually sells at. So this, I think, is a good set for $62 basically. It does include some adapters, so you can actually use 1/4 inch, 3/8 and 1/2 inch drive sockets with it, and then it comes with a bit adapter that you can see right down here, and they are quick releases, so that's kind of a nice little feature. Now, I'm not saying these are top of the line or anything, but I think it's a pretty decent little set for the price. There you can see the lengths and the sizes included, the operation of the inserts, and it does come in a little EVA foam tray. This item does have 4.1 stars at 1,077 ratings, so it's rated quite a bit and rated pretty highly. So I think this is a good set to consider. Also, another thing I want to mention is some of these items that we're going to be talking about today are items that I've recently went over in the past, but they're on Black Friday deals now, so the price may be a little bit better. If you guys were interested in them but didn't want to spend the price, it's going to be a little bit lower now if it's included in this video. So this is the Duratech 3-piece ratchet set. This all 3 drive sizes. This is a 90 tooth design. I like this. It's the slimmer, more compact design over some of their other ratchets. That's kind of just your generic build design. This is the non-quick release. It is up from the 72 tooth that they use on a lot of their other stuff to the 90 tooth, and it's not the slimmest ratchets, but they're a lot less bulky than some of their other generic style ratchets. This is at $27, down from a typical price of $35, with 4.6 stars and 249 ratings. Comes in that little blow molded case. I think they're a decent ratchet set for any DIY or weekend warrior. And then there's the lengths on them if you would like to pause and take a look at that. You got 5.5, 7.5, and 9.5. Next up is a cable crimping set. This is going to come with your cutters and your crimper, and these are fantastic if you don't like to use the hammer style, or if you're working in confined spaces and you can't actually, if you're working inside of a vehicle or inside of an engine bay and you can't use the other style crimper where you have to hit it with a hammer. These are fantastic. You get plenty of leverage on it. Works from 8 gauge to 1/0, and it is $25.50, down from a typical price of $30, so a little bit of savings there. It's got 4.6 stars at 538 ratings, and there are many brands out there that sell this exact same thing, and like this one throws in a pair of gloves, and some other sets it might just be the crimper. This one includes the cutter as well, and then they do have the dials up here at the top where you can actually adjust gauge of wire or cable that you're working with, so you get the best crimp. And then some of these do include your lugs as well. And like I said, many brands sell the exact same thing. It may come in a different color. It may include other miscellaneous little items like that. And they're all priced fairly well. So it's definitely something nice to have on hand. Here's the TCHUM Pick Set. Mentioned it a few times in the past. I like it. It's made in the USA. It's a 5-piece set. Good size picks. They're not extra long. They're not extremely small. Good strength. You get a good variety of different tips. They are a list price of $20, which is weird because I know last time we went over it, they were listed at $25, on sale for $17, which I know the actual price is $20. So not a huge savings here, but also not an item that really costs a whole lot. And I think it's a good USA made product, and I like this kind of classic handle design from Tekton. It's very comfortable. It has 4.7 stars at 430 ratings. Next up, this is actually one that I recently went over. This is the Wallmaster spray can holder, and this is at $32, down from a typical price of $40. And I think this is great for basically $30. You got a whole bunch of like WD-40, spray paint, anything like that. Instead of taking up a whole bunch of room on a shelf, you can kind of keep them organized this way. It's got a paper towel holder on the bottom. You can customize it. It's all metal. It mounts to the wall. So I think it's a nice little storage area for those cans and other miscellaneous items. This has 4.6 stars at 59 ratings. Next up is the Ecoflow portable power station. This is the River 2 Pro. It's a 768 watt hour battery capacity. It is the LiFePO battery, so it is a very, very good battery. It's got 3,000 life cycles before it drops down to 80%, which is roughly 10 years of normal usage. And I bought this in August, and I absolutely love this little power station when I'm going camping. This one's lighter than my Delta 2 Max, which I'll show you here in a minute. But this one's at $400, which is great. I bought mine for $750, but it did include 160 watt solar panel. The list price is $600. I think it normally sells for $500 or $550. So definitely some good savings here at $400, especially for this size, 768 watt hours. You got 4 AC outlets, a DC outlet, your DC 5521 ports. Then you got 3 12 watt USB A's and a USB C rated at 100 watts. I want to say it's like 17 pounds, and it's pretty compact. So definitely a good unit. I went with Ecoflow because it's a brand that I've seen a lot, and I've seen a lot of positive reviews, and I did a lot of research when getting into purchasing a power station. So this one has 4.5 stars at 519 ratings, and there's also many other deals. Like this one's going to come with the 160 watt solar panel for $629, which is much better than what I spent. And then the River 2 Pro with the 220 watt solar panel for $729. So I could have got a larger solar panel for less money than what I paid for the 160 watt solar panel. But it is what it is. Hopefully, if you guys are interested in something like this, you guys can catch a deal like this, because if there's any time to buy a power station, right now is the time to buy. Next up, we got the Ecoflow Delta 2 Max, which is the one that I just got maybe a month ago. This is a much larger unit. I can still take this camping, but this is going to be fantastic for larger items, or running multiple larger items, or using it as a home backup if you got to run your fridge or anything like that. My Ecoflow that I just showed you could run my portable 12 volt cooler for 3 days, or just under 3 days, 70 hours, and run it straight for those 70 hours, no issues. And this one can run it around 7 to 8 days, so quite a bit larger. I didn't get a solar panel with this one, and the 160 watt solar panel that I do have would take forever to charge this thing, but just on AC charge, I can charge this thing in under an hour and a half, and the other one I can charge in an hour and 4 minutes. So they charge extremely fast, have great battery lives. This one's at $1,400, down from $2,300. I think you'll normally see it around the $2,000 price range, and then sometimes you'll see deals around, $16 or so. But once again, you can get it with multiple different solar panels for different prices, and so for $1,400, you're getting a great deal here, because it's got a 2,400 watt inverter with a 2,048 watt hour battery capacity. That is also that LiFePO 4 battery. So definitely some good stuff here. 4.5 stars at 280 ratings. This thing has so many uses, it's a lot better than listening to a gas generator running all the time. So here we got the mixed power. These are, like you see many other companies coming out with these little 10 millimeter socket sets. You can get them in 12 millimeter and 15 millimeter, 13 millimeter. The 10 millimeter obviously being the most popular one. This one is from Mixed Power. You can find them by other brands for around this price range. Its typical price is $20, down to $17. This has 4.7 stars at 113 ratings, and like you can see, you got 5 1/4-inch sockets and 5 3/8 sockets. You got impact in both drive sizes, stubbies, mid-length, deep wells, and a universal socket. So definitely a cool little setup. I have one from Gear Wrench. I'm pretty sure I spent almost double the price on that compared to this. So I think this is a good little set for the price, and you'll keep stocked up on your 10 millimeter. Here we have the DeWalt Mechanics tool set. It's going to be all 3 drive sizes, 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch drive, 192 piece set. This is the set that I purchased around 7 years ago. I've mentioned it a few times in my videos. One of my favorite purchases. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this set when I originally purchased it. I wasn't expecting much. I mean, I didn't want to buy something extremely cheap, but I also didn't want to spend $300-400 at the time, so I gambled and I went with this, and man, I was extremely pleased. The only thing I don't own from this set anymore are the ratchets, and that's not because of the quality, more along the lines of the size and weight of those ratchets. They were just way too big and heavy, but I didn't have any issues with them. But you get a great selection of sockets. It doesn't have a bunch of that filler. You don't got 200 bits in here to jack the number up on the pieces. You get bit sockets, Allen and Torx. Your deep wells for the 3/8 are more like mid-length sockets, which I absolutely love. Shallow and deep for all 3 drive sizes. Plenty of extensions, universals, spark plug sockets, and then you get a set of Allen keys for both metric and SAE that's got 4.8 stars at 6,737 ratings. It's at $155, down from a list price of $277. It never sells for $277. It usually sits around the $170 to $190 price range. So $155, I think it's a fantastic purchase if you're looking for a good quality socket set that includes a lot of sockets and not all of that filler stuff. This is definitely one to consider. Gear wrench, you got the 16-piece ratcheting combination wrench set. This is the metric set, part number 9416. This is $108, down from a typical price of $131. So some good savings here with gear wrench. When it comes to the ratcheting wrenches, that's the one thing that I like to get my hands on, because they have so many different variations of ratcheting wrenches, some from China, some from Taiwan. Sometimes there's a huge difference when it comes to the gear wrench ratcheting wrenches. So I believe this to be a good one. It's got 4.8 stars at 2,888 ratings. Now that is a combination of these products, but all around they're all the same wrenches, at least for those sets. So it should be a good deal, because sometimes you see these quite high prices, but I think this is a good price for this set right now. It's a decent size, just your standard ratcheting wrenches, no reversible feature, not a flex head or anything like that, but for $108, I think it's a good deal. Next up, we got a Wilton bench vise. This is a 4.5 inch jaw, so it's a little bit smaller vise. I have a 4-inch vise over here, and it's pretty small, compact, but it does everything that I need it to. I don't do a whole lot of heavy duty stuff right here on my workbench. As long as it's not too large, this is definitely a good option. $99.54, down from a typical price of $128, so basically a $30 savings right there. It's got 4.5 stars at 154 ratings. Wilton is a very well-known brand for bench vices. They have much larger ones on sale right now as well, but I figured this was a pretty dang good one for $100. You got some out there that are Chinese brand that have horrible reviews that are selling for more than $100. So if you're looking for a quality one, Wilton is definitely one of the options to consider. And then I'm sure you guys have heard me mention before in the past the Rotary Tool. This one over here started out a few years ago at $30. This is probably one of the only products that I've ever seen go down in price through the beautiful times that we're having in the United States. It's at $16.85. This thing has been an absolute beast. Now, the accessories and little discs and stuff that come with it, they're cheap. The Rotary Tool had it for over 5 years, and I've put this thing through hell, and it has done fantastic. It has 4.2 stars at 6,675 ratings, under $20 now. Even if this was still at $30, I still think it's a great buy. It's because I've had horrible experiences with the Dremel brand, and I will never buy an actual Dremel ever again. I have had nothing but bad experiences with them, and I don't care if you have fantastic experiences with them. I personally will not buy another one. But what I will buy are their accessories, because when you buy a cheaper Rotary Tool, the accessories and stuff that come with them are usually garbage, depending on what you're going to be using them for. And the cutting discs and stuff, you'll run through those real quick. So I picked this up. I think I spent $25 or $30 at Lowe's on this set. Here you can see how it works. It's very easy, because when I was working on my hood and I was using cheap discs, like, I was blowing through them. They were just shrinking in a matter of a minute or breaking off. To remove that little screw, insert the disc, put the little screw in with the little rubber O-ring. It got real old real quick. So I went out and bought this, and I did 90% of the rest of the hood in about 3 minutes instead of it taking me 30 more discs and an hour. And it didn't affect this disc whatsoever. So definitely a much beefier and well built. But I think $19.50 basically is a great deal for this set. It saved me a lot of time and irritation. So 4.7 stars at 433 ratings. I think it's a fantastic buy. That's it. Just wanted to do 10-15 items, get them out to you guys. Like I said, everything's constantly changing on Black Friday, so prices are going to go up and down. Things are going to sell out. So basically, it's going to be up to you to go through and try and find what you're looking for. And I just really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.